Are you about to spend thousands on a luxury watch that will lose half its value the moment you walk out of the boutique? The luxury watch market in 2026 has brutal resale realities, with certain brands and models hemorrhaging value instantly while others hold strong or appreciate. Whether you're a buyer considering resale potential, an investor wanting appreciating assets, someone who values financial responsibility, or a collector who understands that depreciation means lost money, knowing which luxury watches destroy value saves you from expensive mistakes. Number 10. Tag Heuer Formula 1. The Tag Heuer Formula 1 starts our list, proving that entry-level luxury watches from corporate brands lose value catastrophically. This mass-produced chronograph demonstrates that LVMH ownership doesn't guarantee value retention. What makes the Formula 1 terrible for resale is the immediate 50–60% depreciation from $1,500–$2,000 retail to $600–$800 secondary market. The mass production with unlimited availability destroys exclusivity, making pre-owned examples flood the market constantly. The quartz movement in luxury watch creates disconnect for collectors who expect mechanical movements justifying premium pricing. The declining brand prestige as Tag chases volume over exclusivity erodes collector interest, destroying secondary demand. The lesson is that entry-level luxury from corporate brands prioritizes profits over customer value retention. Number 9. Breitling Navitimer. Coming in at number 9 is the Breitling Navitimer, proving that even iconic designs lose value when corporate ownership prioritizes volume. This aviation chronograph demonstrates that heritage doesn't prevent depreciation when execution falters. What makes the Navitimer a value destroyer is the 40–50% depreciation from $8,000 $10,000 retail to $4,000 $5,000 used. The massive production numbers flooding market with unlimited availability erodes exclusivity that luxury requires. The declining brand prestige under corporate ownership as quality and finishing declined alienates serious collectors. The heavy discounting at gray market dealers undermines retail pricing credibility, destroying new purchase justification. The lesson learned is that corporate acquisitions often destroy brand value through profit maximization strategies. Number 8. IWC Pilot's Watch Barchanter. The IWC Pilot's Watch, Mark Damick, secures the 8th spot, proving that even respected brands suffer value destruction when pricing exceeds quality. This military-inspired watch demonstrates that heritage alone doesn't justify premium pricing. What makes the Mark Damick a poor investment is the significant depreciation from $5,500 retail to $3,500 secondary, losing thousands immediately. The mediocre finishing quality that doesn't justify luxury pricing creates buyer's remorse after purchase. The corporate ownership by Richemont prioritizing profits over watchmaking excellence alienates traditional collectors. The better value from competitors like Grand Seiko at similar pricing makes IWC purchases difficult to justify. The lesson is that paying luxury prices requires luxury quality and finishing, not just brand names. Number 7. Cartier Tank Solo. Taking the 7th position is the Cartier Tank Solo, proving that even iconic designs lose value when specifications disappoint. This classic dress watch demonstrates that brand prestige doesn't overcome quartz movements. What makes the Tank Solo terrible for resale is the brutal depreciation from $3,000 retail to $1,500 used. The quartz movement in luxury watch creates disconnect for collectors expecting mechanical movements at this price. The mass production with unlimited availability destroys the exclusivity that Cartier's image projects. The better mechanical tank options at slightly higher prices make solo purchases seem like penny-wise, pound-foolish decisions. The lesson learned is that quartz luxury watches depreciate faster than mechanical equivalents always. The growing preference for mechanical movements among collectors ensures Solo's continued poor resale performance. Number 6. Omega Constellation. The Omega Constellation earns the 6th spot, proving that not all Omega models hold value equally. This dress watch demonstrates that brand strength doesn't extend universally across entire lineups. What makes the Constellation a value destroyer is the significant depreciation despite Omega's generally strong resale performance. The dated design aesthetics that haven't aged well alienate younger buyers who prefer modern styling. The quartz variants especially suffer massive depreciation as collectors avoid battery-powered luxury completely. The overshadowed positioning by Seamaster and Speedmaster lines starves Constellation of collector interest and demand. The lesson is that even strong brands have weak models that should be avoided. The expanding awareness prevents informed buyers from purchasing depreciating Constellation models new.
Number 5. Chopard Mille Miglia.
Coming in at number 5 is the Chopard Mille Miglia, proving that automotive partnerships don't create value retention. This racing chronograph demonstrates that limited appeal creates terrible resale performance. What makes the Mille Miglia catastrophic for resale is the 60–70% depreciation from $5,000 plus retail to $1,500, $2,000 used. The niche appeal only to racing enthusiasts limits buyer pool, destroying liquidity in secondary market. The corporate ownership and profit-focused production erodes luxury positioning that pricing suggests. The heavy gray market discounting undermines retail pricing, making new purchases financially irresponsible. The lesson learned is that niche-focused luxury watches appeal to limited buyers, destroying resale. The growing recognition of Chopard's poor value prevents collectors from making expensive mistakes.
Number 4. Panerai Luminor Base.
The Panerai Luminor Base takes the 4th position, proving that trend-driven brands collapse when fashion cycles end. This oversized diver demonstrates that hype doesn't create lasting value when substance lacks. What makes Panerai catastrophic for resale is the brutal 50–60% depreciation as the brand's popularity cratered. The declining brand desirability as oversized watch trend destroyed demand for Panerai's signature aesthetic. The realization that simple movements in expensive cases represents poor value awakened buyers to reality. The Richemont corporate ownership prioritizing profits over customer value alienated brand loyalists completely. The lesson is that trend-driven luxury purchases become anchors when fashions change. The complete collapse of Panerai resale serves as cautionary tale for hype-driven purchases.
Number 3. Hublot Big Bang.
The Hublot Big Bang secures the 3rd spot, proving that bling luxury destroys value catastrophically. This controversial watch demonstrates that flash without substance creates terrible investments. What makes Hublot absolutely terrible for resale is the shocking 70% depreciation from $15,000 plus to $4,000, $5,000 used. The gaudy design that appeals to limited buyer pool destroys liquidity in secondary market. The mediocre finishing quality that doesn't remotely justify luxury pricing creates buyer's remorse.
The corporate ownership by LVMH with profit maximization strategy alienates serious collectors completely.
The lesson learned is that flashy statement pieces depreciate fastest when novelty wears off. The universal recognition of Hublot's terrible value makes these watches cautionary tales industry-wide.
Number 2. Roger Dubuis Excalibur.
Taking the runner-up position is the Roger Dubuis Excalibur, proving that extreme luxury suffers worst depreciation. This ultra-expensive piece demonstrates that high retail pricing amplifies loss percentages. What makes Roger Dubuis catastrophic is the brutal 60–70% depreciation from $4,000 plus to $15,000 secondary market. The extremely limited buyer pool at ultra-luxury pricing destroys liquidity, making sales difficult. The declining brand prestige under Richemont ownership as quality declined relative to price. The realization that finishing quality doesn't justify extreme pricing awakens buyers to poor value. The lesson is that ultra-luxury watches suffer worse depreciation, both percentage and absolute dollars. The complete value destruction serves as ultimate warning against buying boutique luxury brands new.
Number 1. Richard Mille RM11, the game changer.
Finally, here it is. The number 1 watch that destroys luxury resale value, losing $100,000 plus instantly. Richard Mille RM11. This isn't just depreciation. It's complete value annihilation, with watches retailing for $150,000, $180,000, immediately worth $80,000 or $100. Zero sold or zero used, proving that extreme luxury pricing built on hype rather than intrinsic value creates catastrophic losses. When buyers realize that astronomical retail prices represent marketing, not actual worth making, this the ultimate cautionary tale. The Richard Mille RM11 features the brutal reality of 40–50% immediate depreciation, losing more money than entire luxury cars cost. What makes this watch the ultimate value destroyer is that $100,000 losses happen the moment you leave the boutique. The realization that finishing quality doesn't remotely justify $150,000 plus pricing awakens buyers to reality. The limited buyer pool at extreme pricing destroys secondary market liquidity, making sales extremely difficult.